Okay, hello, welcome back to the GraySpace podcast. I am Gray, this is my space, and we are episode 7, and we still haven't figured out the lighting. I have a little ring light now around the tripod, or on the tripod around the camera, but I feel like it's too much light now. But if I lower the lighting, that feels too dim. Kind of not a good transitional thing, which is not good because the bright light is not very chill, and the whole point of this is to be chill, okay? We are on episode 7, and before we get into the topic of this podcast episode, let's just chit-chat for a little bit. It's Wednesday, currently. It's the Wednesday after Labor Day. Labor Day, we went to the lake house, and it was quite fun. And then the night we got back, I was super sick, so I didn't do anything yesterday. So it feels weird. I feel like I'm kind of starting my week now in the middle of the week, which I don't like because I just have a very unhealthy relationship with work and productivity. But we're ballin'. We're fine. Everything's good. Labor Day was fun. If you did anything particularly interesting, use your best judgment on what you think is particularly interesting. Please let me know. I don't think I have much else to say before getting into this topic. I'm behind on my water, but I left my water somewhere that's not in this room, and I'm not getting up to get it because I don't necessarily have time. I have yoga at 12:15, and I should film this after that, but I have the time to do it now, and I want to do it now, because if I don't film this now, I'm just gonna have to find something to do for an hour, and I've already been editing, so I'm filming now. I don't know why I specified that. Anyway, today's topic is not Nobu. I just grabbed him, and he's mad about it. Sorry dude, should have known. Okay. Anyway, today's topic, as you could see by the title, is just something that fucking annoys me. It's something that, I don't want to say that it's something I don't like about myself, but it's something I do that it causes problems for me in many aspects, and I don't like it. And I was thinking about things I need to do this week and things I need to do in general, and this thing is just getting in my way, right? And so I'm gonna ramble about it. Because I've not talked about this on the internet before, but I know, because it's a thing, so I'm obviously not the only person that has this, but I know that there are people that have it and are probably better at controlling and managing it than I am, and if you're one of those people, I would love to have some tips, because there is a thing called PDA, what's PDA? Public display of affection? It's not that one. I am talking about pathological demand avoidance, which basically is when it doesn't even have to be an actual demand. It can be an ask, and it could be a very fine, normal ask. But there's something in my brain that doesn't let me do things when someone asks or tells me to do them. And that isn't even just the only way it affects me. There are things that I know I need to do, and because I know I need to do them, I won't until it's way too late, until I'm so stressed and crying about this thing that is not even a big thing, that I turned into a big thing because of my own brain. That is pathological demand avoidance. And I just wanted to complain about it because it annoyed me. Because I was thinking about things that let me scoot my butt under the covers. Let me give you an example before I talk about the ways it's actually causing trouble in my life. An example is quite recently, oh my God, the blankets are all messed up. There we go. So quite recently, as I mentioned, me and my girlfriend went to the lake house for Labor Day weekend, and I packed us our bag because I work from home. She works at a middle school, so she's gone, she works 7 to 4 basically. 7's a stretch. It's more like 7:30, 7:20 when she leaves the house. She's gone most of the day, long story short. So I volunteered, right, to pack some stuff for her because I knew, I was like, she's not going to want to do that when she gets home, and we have to leave when we get home, and I'm home. I'll do it, right? So I don't know why I made that noise. I almost stumbled, and then my mouth reacted like I did stumble when I didn't. Anyway, I pack our bag. I'm almost done with it, right? And she knew I was doing this because I told her, I was like, I'll do it today. And I even fucking told her. I said, let me know, no, boo. Stop. The bro is going hard on the scratchy thing, but he's like, his claw was stuck in it, so he was just like slamming it on the fucking floor. I told her, I was like, I'm gonna do this today, so if you have time, if you can think of anything specific that you want me to pack, let me know. She does the thing I ask, right? I get a text in the middle of the day when I'm walking Casper that asks, to pack her 2 long flowy skirts. And that annoys the fuck out of me. The fact that she did something I offered, right? She asked me to pack something after I asked her to tell me what she wanted me to pack because I offered to pack it, right? But then she asks me, like, to actually do it, a specific thing, I guess. And I was well aware in the moment, right? Just so we're clear, I didn't take out this annoyance on Lexi, just so we're clear. Because I knew, I was like, I'm being so irrational right now, and that's all so annoying me. But I got that text, and my fucking chest tightened, and I was like, I was annoyed. And I didn't want to do it. Because that's just how my brain is. It doesn't matter, like, what the ask is. That's just how it goes. Not every time. Honestly, not every time. But when it happens, it's so annoying because it makes me so annoyed in like an uncontrollable way, right? And it makes me like frustrated. And then I get even more frustrated at the fact that I'm frustrated because I'm like, this is ridiculous. You're being so ridiculous. And I wish it was just those small things, right? But it extends beyond people just asking me to do something, right? That I was already gonna fucking do. It's always when you were already planning on doing it. Of course. It's always when you were already planning on doing it, and then somebody asked you to, and you're like, well, no. Actually, no. Girl, you were gonna do it. Why? Makes no sense. But it gets so in the way. It gets so in the way. Especially with work stuff, and not just work stuff, I should rephrase, not with work stuff, but with important things, because that includes work, but also goes beyond it. That's how it is with important things, too. Y'all, do you want to know some of the I'm going to say this, and someone that probably doesn't have PDA, right, is going to be like, I don't know, do the thing then. Send the email then. I know, right? One thing is that I put down like a $300 tattoo deposit for my spine tattoo. And that was like July or August. I think it was August. No, it was July. That's how fucking long it's been. Might have even been June, but I'm pretty sure it was July. I got sick the day of the appointment, so I wasn't able to go. And I reached out to, the artist to like reschedule, and he responded. And I haven't even opened that email. Why? just email back. I can't. Don't know why. I just can't. Same with my therapist. I need to see my therapist. And I can't, it's, for some reason, emails is a big thing. I cannot do emails. I hate emailing. I hate just doing things that I need to do, right? And doing things that would benefit me. You know, like posting on the inappropriate website, right? I hardly ever do it, even when I film content. I film content and then it sits in my phone for like 2 months because I'm like, oh, I need to do that thing. I'm going to do that thing today. And then it's time to do the thing, you know, to make the tip menu, to post the content to the inappropriate website. And I'm like, no, I don't want to. What? You don't want to? You've already done the hard part. You already filmed the fucking content. You don't want to make money now from the thing you already did? No, apparently I don't. Which is awesome because fucking, it's not awesome. That was sarcasm. It's like frustrating me now thinking about it because I worry that I'm not describing this the right way. Like it sounds like I'm just lazy. And to be fair, I am kind of a lazy person, right? But I also am not. I work all the time. It's one of like the only things I do. It's one of the only things, I don't even like doing it, but I just like subconsciously am very work driven, right? So I'm not necessarily lazy, but I feel like the way I'm talking about this isn't the best way to describe PDA. So I'm like, does this sound like an actual problem, or does it sound like I'm just a lazy piece of shit that's complaining about nothing? You know, I don't know. But fucking dude, the same thing. Okay, so obviously, not obviously, if you don't know, I sell pottery, right? Or I did. I haven't done pottery in a while because it's been too hot and I've been on a little bit of a burnout, but I've sold pottery, right? There is a few pottery orders that are missing. I don't know where. I need to look at Squarespace so I can find what's going on, so I can find how this happened. My worry is that something went wrong on Squarespace and it showed sold products as not sold, so I took them to a market and sold them. That's what I'm scared of. But note how I said that's what I'm scared of. This could be solved really easily, right? Go to your website and look at it, and then you can figure it out. You fucking just do it. Just do it. And I tell myself that. I scream that in my head every fucking time I think about it. And I think about this a lot. All of the things that I need to do are constantly stressing me out in my head. But I am just like not able to do it. I don't know why. It's not procrastination, right? I don't look at this issue and go, I'm going to do this later. It's just this invisible block. It's so weird and annoying. If you like are someone that fucking ordered one of those orders, girl, I am so sorry. Like I hope that sounds genuine, because it is. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that, because part of me is like, part of me hopes that this will inspire my fucking brain to actually do the things I'm complaining about, right? Because I don't like complaining about things without a solution. Sometimes I do. Sometimes it's okay to just complain. But when I have the solution to something, I'm not a person that's like, okay, well, that's good to know for later. I'm a very like, okay, let's do something now, right? Except for with these things, right? I am a do this and do it now person. But not always. Not when I'm asked to, and not when, ironically, it's something very important that I should do. If you're someone waiting on that piece by piece order, I'm so sorry that my brain, I hate doing this too, because I hate the excuse of like, guys, I'm literally neurodivergent. I'm not scamming you. I'm literally neurodivergent. Because that's not what I'm trying to do. I just need to, I don't know. I want to yell about this because I'm like mad at myself, even though I know it's not necessarily fair because it's not something to my knowledge that I have control over. But also, if you have PDA and you've like gotten a grip on it, please, for the love of God, give me some help. Please, please, please. Because I don't know what to do. I need to, dude, I had to replace my phone recently. I got sent a dud. Whenever I got my Android, I was sent a bad phone, and in one day it just randomly stopped working, and they were like, oh, sorry, here's a new one, but for us to send you this new one, we have to charge you the price of the phone until we get the broken, useless one back, because we think you're gonna steal a phone and then use this broken phone that you've sent us, like, proof that it's broken. We're still gonna charge you, right? But you get the money back when you send the phone back, right? I've had the box. I've had the phone in the box for like 2 weeks. If I just take this box, it's free. It's free to ship it. They sent me the free shipping label, right? If I just print it out, tape it to the fucking box, and take the box to a bigger box to get sent somewhere, I basically get $1,000. Well, so then why don't I do it, right? And it could be framed the same way. It could be framed, someone could walk up to me, or it could be framed a different way. Sorry, not the same way. It could be framed differently. Someone could walk up to me and go, would you like $1,000? And I would go, yeah, I would like $1,000. And they would tell me, here's how you do it. And I would say, okay, bet. Never fucking do it. I'm going to. It's gonna be hard for me to force myself to do this, even though the actual task is not hard. And that's always how it goes, is that the task is never hard. And I make it so much harder for myself, just for no reason. It's not even that I like make it harder for myself, but I am, right? I guess I'm not consciously making it harder for myself, but through my brain's just the fucking invisible barrier, I do make things harder for myself. The dude, I'm gonna tell, if you have been paying attention to this channel, or like me online, since about June, you're gonna know what I'm talking about, and you're going to go, Grayson, what the fuck? That happened in June. You're gonna get arrested. You're gonna go to jail again. And that's exactly what my brain tells me. My brain tells me this whenever I think about it, right? Is that you need to do this, or else it's going to be very bad for you, right? Whenever I got, this is gonna be funny for people that have just never seen my content before. Whenever I got arrested, and I went to jail that one time, for that one day, I also got a speeding ticket, right? Haven't paid it. You know why I haven't paid it? Is because the ticket didn't have a price on it. The ticket said that I had, that's what it was. Sorry, I'm remembering. I'm like, why the fuck? This ticket didn't have the cost or a way to pay. I had to apparently, I was told like a court contact info. I just need to call, right? To figure this out, to be told what I owe, and probably a lot of late fees or like whatever that I'm very willing to pay because I want this like off my record. I never want to be arrested again. I'm so serious. That fucked me up. I never want to go through any of that again. So you would think someone who never wants to go through any issues with law enforcement would fucking pay her ticket, would just call someone to pay the ticket. It's because I was told I have to call someone. I emailed about it because there was like a date on the ticket that had passed because I lost the ticket in my car because the fucking officer that searched my car messed all my shit up, right? So I lost the ticket. And then I found it and it was past the date that I was told. And so I emailed and I was like, there's no like amount on this. I really don't know what to do. I need help, right? And just note, it already was difficult for me to send that email, right? So I get the email back saying, oh, you need to call. And I'm like, oh, okay, bet, I need to call. I'm never calling that number. Girl, what the fuck? Why are you like this? I know why you're like this, but like, why are you like this? You know, why does this need to be a thing that my brain just does? It makes me like genuinely upset. Same thing with, I have to call my lawyer before my second court date, since we're on the topic of jail. My court date got rescheduled. That was in a vlog a while ago. I needed to call my lawyer back weeks ago, right? Because I did call him. It took a while for me to call him, because of course it did. But I finally did. And we were talking a bit, and he was like, okay, I'm out of office right now. Call me back later in the day. That was like 3 weeks ago. That was like 3 weeks ago. Or maybe that's a stretch. 2? No, 3 sounds right. And saying this out loud, I feel so stupid and like embarrassed, I guess. Because they are not hard tasks. It's not hard for me to make a phone call. It's not hard for me to write an email, right? It's not hard for me to do something that I'm either asked to do or just something that I know I need to do. Those things shouldn't be hard. I just can't do them. And it sucks, dude. So fucking, if you have PDA, can you let me know like what you do about it? Because my girlfriend's a special education teacher, and she's also autistic. She is very well aware of like PDA, right? She has kids on her caseload that have PDA. So something that would be beneficial is like her help. But I'm also so bad at accepting help. I hate asking for things. I hate like admitting I need help. I hate accepting when someone helps me, even though it would literally, again, help me, and it would benefit me, and it would make my life better. And I don't know. My brain is just like, that's funny. I actually hate you. I actually want us to fail for no reason, which is so funny, because I also get so anxious at like the idea of failure. I've mentioned this. I think my anxiety around finances, and around work, where my brain is very much like, if I don't do this thing, I'm going to become homeless, right? Not that being homeless is a bad thing, but it's an unfortunate position to be in. And I would prefer not to be. I would prefer nobody to be homeless, right? Just so we're clear, I'm not using that as an insult to myself or anything. I mean, quite literally, my brain is like, if you don't do this, we're gonna lose. Immediately, someone's gonna break in and fucking throw you out of the house, and you're gonna have to live under a bridge. When that's not realistic, and it's not true, and I'm fine financially, right? And I've built up my savings. I'm currently building up my savings, Got a good little money in there. So I know that that's not realistic. That's just my like work and finance anxiety. So you would think that work and finance anxiety would push me to do things I need to do. And it doesn't. It doesn't. I have fucking a thing I need to edit today, and it would take literally less than 5 minutes. I just need to add a sentence of text to a screen in an ad, and then I can post that video, and it's out of my hair, and I don't have to stress or worry about it anymore. But because I need to do that, I can't. I don't want to. I'm gonna avoid it until I I don't know, actually. I don't know how long I can avoid that. Until I can't, long story short. And it's even another example of me just being like, no, is, while on the topic, is like, of that ad. I got feedback whenever you film an ad as a YouTuber, you film the ad, you've been given like some talking points and stuff, but you write your own script, you film and edit it, and then you send it to either the brand directly or like a representative, the manager, you know, someone. That's normal, right? And they either approve the ad and it can go, the full video can go up, or they respond with some changes. And the other day, I think it was Friday actually, my manager texted me just some notes from the brand about this ad. And this is one thing specifically that always gets me. It always gets me. Because sometimes when I'm asked things, it's like not a big deal. Honestly, a lot of the times when like Lexi asks me things, I'm like, yes, ma'am, I've already done it, yes. But other times, obviously, like the first example, not so much, but it happens a lot with like, I don't know what it is about feedback that makes it specifically difficult for me to do, but whenever I get feedback, whenever they want me to change something, oh, it makes me so fucking annoyed. And I'm like, no, I have to stop myself from just saying no. Because I can't just say no. That's not how that works. You have to do your job to like keep your job, you fucking idiot. And I have to change my camera battery and take a breather, because talking about this is so like, it's frustrating me, because talking about it out loud, it's like laying it out in front of me, right? I'm laying out the problem and the solution at the same time, right? Here's the problem, here's the solution. The next step is to just act out the solution. I just can't. There's just that fucking barrier, which is, it's so annoying. It's annoying, and I have to change my camera battery. I do feel the need to specify, just in case it's like not coming out clear enough, because obviously this is a podcast, so it's not scripted, but this isn't like when you're at work and your boss is like, hey, would you mind like working a little bit through lunch, right? Because we got to get this thing done. And you and your brain are like, I would prefer not to, but like my boss asked me to do this, and it's one of my like tasks at this place of employment, so like I'm gonna do it begrudgingly. This is like, so if I was in that scenario, if my boss was like, hey, you know, can you work a little bit through lunch? I would fucking fight it tooth and nail for no reason. I would get pissed. And I think that's why it like bothers me so much, is because I just don't like when I'm frustrated. That's not like an emotion I'm like the best at regulating. So I just really don't like it. It's something I do want to work on. But it comes out whenever I'm asked to do something, right? I'll fucking argue, and I'll know in the moment that I'm in the wrong. Like I'll be arguing something, and I'm in my head, I'm like, I have no basis for this. I'm talking in circles. I'm being a dick just for the sake of it, when I could have just done this fucking thing. And all of this would have been avoided. And honestly, it just fucking sucks, man. It's so annoying. I don't like it. But there's an insight on my fucking brain, dude. I don't know. If you out there, if you got the PDA, if you struggle with it, if you got the PDA, I don't know why I said that. If you struggle with I almost said PTSD. What is up with my talking right now? If you struggle with PDA or have experience with it, man, can you let me know what you do about it and like things that help you? Because I don't know what to do, because I can't control when it happens, but I know I can control my reaction to it, and my reaction to it has gotten better. Like my example about like my arguing tooth and nail, I don't do that anymore. Granted, no, I think I just haven't been in situations where I've needed to argue. Honestly, that could still happen. It just hasn't in a bit. But like I mentioned earlier, the example with Lexi asking me to pack our suitcase, I was able to control not letting my annoyance show with her. At least I hope not. She didn't say anything about it, so I hope not. And like same thing when I'm talking to brands or when I'm talking to them through my manager, I mean, I can't just say no, you know? So I will probably, sorry manager, sorry, but I will probably intentionally ignore that text for a few days and then be like, did it. Here you go. When it's just like, why? I don't know. I just hate that I make things so much more complicated and stressful than they need to be. And it's really eating at me right now, and so that's why I came on the podcast to complain about it. Ugh. I gotta like shake this frustration out. Should we talk about something more positive? Let me think of something more positive. Ooh, well this isn't positive, but life update, I freaking messed my knee up at the lake. Look at that. Ugh. It's uglier in person. I fell. Should actually put some Neosporin on that. Kind of not looking good. I freaking fell at the lake and it was like when I was walking out of the water. And this is like, it's not a sandy lake, it's a lake. I think all lakes are like rocky, you know. So I was walking out of the water, tripped on a rock. It happens, but I just ate shit. So that was really cool. What else? I don't have like many life updates, to be honest. This has been a weird week. I think I might have mentioned that. It's weird for me to start the week basically on a Wednesday because I wasn't able to do anything yesterday, which, oh, I hated not doing anything yesterday. You would imagine that like having a day where you can't do anything but basically lay in bed and like watch TV and online shop because I was sick yesterday. You would think that that would be like someone's fucking dream. And I was so tired of it. I was like, I have things I need to do. Not that I would do them because my brain doesn't let me, but it literally was just like, I don't know. I didn't have anything to distract my brain from the things I needed to do while simultaneously not doing the things I needed to do. So that sucked. But I don't know. It's weird. It's weird being on like a short week. I know that everyone loves a short week, right? Especially if you have a more traditional job or if you're still in school. Everyone fucking loves a short week. Lexi is so happy today's a 4-day week, and I'm happy for her. Oh, bumped the camera. Oopsies. You can see my baseball bat for when you try to break into my apartment. I'm gonna bash your fucking skull in. Don't try it. Anyway. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I just don't know what to do with the rest of my week because I stress about the vlogs. I feel like this is a not super clear, coherent train of thought. I always stress about the vlogs being boring. Honestly, fucking Danny Gonzalez, dude, when he was talking about Tessa Brooks, he made the joke about the boring vlogs. Daniel, you ruined my life. No, I'm kidding. But I think about that all the time. I think I cut out so much vlog stuff because I'll be like, no one cares. This is boring. You're talking too much. You look weird. Like, I think about the vlog a lot. And I am convinced, my brain is convinced that last week's vlog is too boring. So I told myself, I was like, it's a short week and last week's vlog was kind of lame. So we're going to do some fun stuff this week. And then I got sick and now it's Wednesday. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't have anything planned. And it's hard to like do fun things while also, for one, while not spending money. But for two, while not being monotonous. Because I have things that don't cost money, you know, like crochet, caring for my plants, doing art, jewelry making, video games. You know, there are things I can do that don't cost money. My issue is that I show myself doing them all the time, and something in my brain is like, the vlogs have to be different. They always have to be different, which makes no sense because I function so, rely on routine so heavily. Maybe that's why I'm also feeling kind of off this week, is because the short week threw off my routine and I haven't done like my to-do lists, my daily tarot. I'm off my routine. But isn't it funny though? You would think that relying on routine so much would make vlogging easy, and vlogging is easy. It's just this weird week. I'm just so self-conscious about the vlog that by the time you're seeing this, it's up. So was today's, not today, it's going up today. Was Wednesday's vlog boring? You can tell me if it was. I won't be upset. I will be upset, but if you say it nicely, I won't. Ugh, what time is it? Let me just check my new watch, because I finally got a new fitness watch for my new phone. Because I had I almost called it an iWatch. Apple Watch? They're just called Apple Watches. I used to have an Apple Watch. I currently still do, but like I can't use that with my new phone. So my new phone, I've had it for weeks with my Android, my current phone. So I got this yesterday. This is the Galaxy Watch 5, and this is the bespoke version. I don't know what the fuck that means, to be honest. I think it just means it's like better for fitness or something, which is good, because I am in my fitness era, dude. I'm like dancing on Just Dance, which, yes, is fitness, okay? You think it's not? Go do it for 2.5 hours like I do. Why did I just get so aggressive? I don't know. I was kidding. Well, not kidding. I love Just Dance. I play it all the time. I'm not good at it, but I do it. But also, part of developing and sticking to routines, because it's helpful to me, is in exercise. So today I have yoga, tomorrow I have Pilates, next day yoga, and vice versa for literally this entire month, except for the weekends. I don't like to work out on weekends, but 5 days a week, baby, we are pumping that iron. Or no, I think that's pumping iron is when people lift weights, right? My blood's pumping. Well, wait, there's iron in blood. Is that what they mean when they say pumping iron? Is it the iron of like a dumbbell, or is it iron like pumping blood, which contains iron? I don't know. I've never had to think about it before. But point is that I got a new fitness watch for my fitness era. This tattoo's so sick. And I'm checking the time on it, because this does have to be a shorter episode than usual, but also I think that's okay. Because I think I've said what I needed to say, and I'm honestly kind of nervous just to post this, because, I don't know, it's hard to share things about yourself that you don't like about yourself, or at least for me it is, because I always want it to come off as like aware. You know, I never want to be talking about something without thinking that it's an issue and someone let me know that it's an issue, right? Or I don't want people to think that like I'm aware of my issues and I just don't care about them. And I really hope that's not how this came off, because it's not the case. Like, I feel like clearly this bothers me. But I just don't know how this is going to sound to like the general public, to people that don't relate, you know. I'm just waiting for the comments of being like, have you tried just doing it? Have you tried being happy? You have depression, have you tried not? Really, it's really that type of beat. Anyway, it's cold in here, dude. But it is so hot out. Actually, what's the weather? Dude, last week's weather, I can't believe I'm talking about the weather. It's 92 degrees, but it feels like 101. Last week was, honestly, I don't think it was as bad. I think it's maybe the humidity. Maybe, because there's something in the air that's making it worse off. I'm just so excited for it to get cold. I know we still have like another cold. Cold is in quotations. I live in Texas. I'm just waiting for like the end of October, because that's when it starts to like get chilly, right? But I look at my weather app every morning. Sometimes I look at it several times a day, because I'm like, I don't know. I'm waiting for this non-existent cold front. I keep being like, I tell Lexi, my girlfriend, I'm like, next week, high's only gonna be 100 instead of 106. As if, like, that's better. I mean, yes, on, like, a numerical standpoint, it's better. But 101 and 106 kind of do, depending on, humidity and the day and the cloud coverage, they can feel the fucking same. So I don't know why I'm like, oh my god, it's getting cold, guys. It's 99 degrees. It's not. It's actually quite hot today. That's why I started talking about it. It feels hotter than last week. But I don't know. Again, could just be the humidity and stuff. But I think I am going to go because I have ranted about my problems and now I'm going to go yoga out my problems. Dude, this yoga studio I go to is so chill. Well, I mean, that's like the point of yoga, but I really want to get more into the practice because it's like yoga's an exercise, right? But it's also an exercise of the mind and like clearing the mind and just focusing on like your body and the earth and like the energy and this stuff that I tend not to think about when I like want to exercise, right? So getting into yoga is a challenge I'm currently going through because I like it, but I'm like, I know I don't have the connection like with yoga as someone who like fucking does yoga, right? Because there are people that obviously, there's even YouTubers that base their entire lives around yoga. I love Yoga with Adrian. Shout out Yoga with Adrian, fellow Austinite, let's go. Loves yoga, right? And has a connection to it beyond exercise. And that's what I want to get. That's my goal with yoga currently. And with Pilates, I just love it. No thoughts on Pilates. I just do it. Okay, I'm going to go. Thank you for listening to me complain about my problems. I'm sure hearing a YouTuber complain about things is something everyone loves, right? I'm aware, okay? It's another reason why I feel weird talking about this. But also, I don't feel weird. I'm telling myself I don't feel weird because this sounds bad. It's not that like I want to be validated, but like it would be nice. And also more importantly, or I guess more specifically for me, is I would like people to share their experiences and possible remedies. But that's all I have to say. So thank you for either watching or listening this episode of the GraySpace podcast. If you are a watcher, then go ahead and give it a like and maybe a comment, maybe a share, maybe a subscribe, and you can check out my other stuff. If you're a listener, then you can rate this podcast on Spotify. You should also be able to share it if you want to. If you know anyone and you're like, hey, this sounds like you, maybe send it to them. I don't know. And also you can listen to the other episodes. But yeah, thank you for listening and watching, and I will see you either in the next podcast if you're just a GraySpace head, or if you're a Grayson's World head, then I'll just see you around on the channel because I'm always here. Okay, goodbye.